Things out here in this world that we don't understand, and if we think we know it all, I think we're practicing arrogance as a human species.
Dr. Matthew Johnson is a licensed clinical psychologist with a private practice in Grants Pass, Oregon. He has risked public ridicule to share his amazing story. On July 1st, 2000, Dr. Johnson, his wife Rochelle, and their 3 children were enjoying a long hike along a remote wilderness trail near the Oregon Caves.
We hiked up the mountain about a mile, and we came across a stretch about 50 to 100 feet on the trail where we were downwind of something that smelled horrible, and we didn't talk about it. In my mind, I thought, well, I wonder if this is a skunk.
So we kept going probably another 10 or 15 minutes, and we started hearing this noise. In my mind, I kept going over and over, what could this be?
So we kept walking along the trail, and this sound continued, and we all stopped, and I looked at my wife and kids, and I said, did you guys just hear what I heard? And they nodded their heads and said, yes. We
kept going a little bit further, and Matt needed to stop. He was feeling a need to use the bushes. So he went up there, and while he was doing that, we just were kind of looking on the trail and finding different bugs running around, which we often do when we're hiking. I was scanning the trees from my right to my left, and all of a sudden I caught movement out of the left corner of my eye, and I turned my head, and I saw Bigfoot walking from one tree to another. It took about 2 seconds, peeked its head out from behind the tree, and it was watching my wife and kids down on the path over here. Everything I knew about the outdoors came crashing down, and I was in absolute terror. This thing was about 50 feet from my wife and my children, and my protective instincts kicked in. I ran down to the trail, and just said, let's go now. Everything happened so fast. But if you watch some of those movies where something really traumatic is happening, it goes so slow. What I saw was approximately 8 to 9 feet tall. It walked with large strides, swinging its arms. I sat the kids down, gave them some water out of the backpack, pulled my wife aside and said, you're not going to believe what I saw, but I saw Bigfoot. She said, I believe you. It all made sense because of the smell, because of the sound that we'd heard, and it was so unusual. And I think if it had just been Matt and I, it would have been different. We would have probably panicked more, actually, because we had to stay calm and not frighten the kids, although we were, very scared.
The Sasquatch, or Bigfoot as it's called in the United States, is an animal to fear and dread.
Tom Steenberg has spent the past 21 years